You are watching Viewers' Choice. Go the red button on Australia's sports leader Fox Sports, and for the first time this season I am the tallest member of the commentary team. Feeling wonderful. Here come the Sharkies. 5 straight losses. Midway through the year, many thought were semi-final bound. It hasn't been the case. A big drop-off in form over the last 6 to 8 weeks has seen the Sharkies drop south on the competition ladder. They are let out tonight. Gallen, who even up until late this afternoon, Noddy, was getting treatment on an injured calf. Point blank, he shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, I think he's only playing because he's the leader and he knows how important he is for the Sharks side. Has been troubled with a calf injury, has treatment by the physio, and I think emotionally Paul Gallen has struggled on the back of the Origin loss.
Here come the Sydney Roosters. So many changes over the course of 2010 to the side we thought would take the year for the majority of the year. Injury hasn't been kind, form hasn't been kind, and one of the big changes has been the back row positioning. Tonight, Brad Takarangi, Aidan Guerra and Boyd Cordner, young superstar in jersey number 13. You would have got long odds at the start of the year that this trio would have been the back three of the scrum in round 24. Taking a look at his stats from last week, 100+ metres for any young man. Good going.
Great going for a young guy to step up after only 4 games in the NRL. Good stats, and Brian Smith, there's some positives for him to look at for next year. Good back row, hard workers, and they just get the job done for him every week.
Raven Astra, another long and disappointing season for the skipper. Off-field controversies have rocked this footy side from the pre-season up into the present. Our referees tonight in game 142, Steve Teddy Lyons, and assisting him tonight on debut, this young man, Adam G.
Time you run!
12th and 13th on the NRL ladder. The Sydney Roosters and Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. And with the Gold Coast Titans victory earlier tonight, the race for the dread wooden spoon has intensified. This is Cade Snowden spotting out Mitchell Pearce and Sean Kenny-Dow back tonight in jersey number 4 for Brian Smith. Good metres here for the Sharks. Gallen hit very strongly. What a good shot. It was put on by young Guerra. Jeremy Smith crosses the 40-metre line, almost gets up to the halfway point. John Morris looks right, goes left, does so to Gallen. Last play here. Back to young Chad Townsend. Down on the full, taken very easily by Phil Graham, who is Gold Coast bound in 2012. Be really easy for the next 90 minutes to point out the issues, concerns and failures of these two footy sides this year. Not our go. Let's enjoy the footy and not dwell on the negatives. Could well be in for a beauty, the Roosters and the Sharks. Good opening set.
Good set from the Sharks. So they need to start well. They need to get some bit of hope at the start of the game. Chad Townsend, I think, is a really good kicker of the football. It's important that he finds a lot of open space there. Don't keep the fullback and the 2 wingers on the full too often.
There's a couple of big units coming together there. Jared Warrior-Hargreaves and also Luke Douglas. 10 on 10. Back to Mitchell Pearce they go. A modest gain of just 38 metres, and the kick goes straight down to Nathan Gardner, who we hope tonight can keep his duds on.
We saw Jamal last week have a little laugh about pulling the pants down in theory of Nathan Gardner. Certainly has been exciting for the Sharks. Set plays last week for them. He scored off 2 of their set plays. Gardner is the man you look for when they're going to create something.
Just behind the ruck at all times, Nathan Gardner. It's him playing the ball there. Townsend. Last tackle here for Cronulla. Slow to his feet. He's out. And Cello right on his own goal line. Fields the ball Gee, for some older legs, hasn't he still got some zip from a standing start? He was back to the 10-metre line before the chase really had the opportunity to look up and gauge where he was at.
Yeah, I think it's great when you, as a player, you turn around and your fullback's coming back really quick and gaining the metres for you. Billy Slater does it well. Minicello was probably a guy that started that trend 10 years ago.
Yep. Rhea Hargreaves here. Down low was Snowden. Over the top was Smith and Morris. Jake Friend goes to Mitchell Pearce. Back on the inside is Guerra. Tackle just short of halfway. Late in the count here. Pearce downfield. Tried to stop that almost Matty Bowen style from last night, did Nathan Gardner. He was watching Friday night footy. Tosses the ball across field. Nathan Stapleton says, thanks a heap. Oh! Rhea Hargreaves with a big shot. Here is Snowden. Making great metres, big Cade. Look at this from Rhea Hargreaves.
Well, you thought Nathan Stapleton said, thanks for the pass, Mr. Gardner. Well, Dean Collis got him. Good, clean shot. The Sharks only able to get to the 40 metres there in five tackles. This will be a long kick by Townsend.
And as a result of that good shot, the territorial advantage here has swung towards the Sydney Roosters as Phil Graham looks to get on the outside. Dean Collis there. Getting the offload away. Minicello bumps straight into, then off Luke Douglas, who comes back for a second go, assisted by Jeremy Smith on the 40-metre line. Jason Riles over halfway in game 200 for the big bloke tonight. Debuted round 15, 2000 with the St George Illawarra Dragons. Short side. Initially it was Pearce, back on the angle run to Boyd Cordner. Getting the quick play the ball away, a gain of 47 metres as Mitchell goes to the air. Nicely taken by Johnny Williams on this near side wing tonight, in for Isaac Gordon. You've joined us late. The Cronulla three-quarter line that has taken the field looks nothing like the Cronulla three-quarter line that was named on Tuesday. Gordon, Wright and Best all out in. Williams, Collis, Pomeroy. Gardner through the centre. One of many Sharks leaving the club at the end of the year. He is headed home, if you like, to the Newcastle Knights and slow to his feet there, big Cody. Townsend to the air. Tested the back for Graham, up to it. No mistake footy. The early exchanges between 12th and 13th on the competition ladder. Sherman now that left quad heavily taped. Through the centre and Asta. Frizzell. Desperation only stopping the Roosters sniffles. It goes from Pearce. Just a little wider to Brad Takarangi on that left fringe. 30-metre line, last play to Pearce, across field again. Looking at Pomeroy, also looking at Williams. It's batted back by the Roosters. Still going the Roosters. Is there a knock on there somewhere? The answer's yes, so back we come. It was a good set night, 60 metres gain, just didn't work on the last.
Yeah, it was a bit of a poor kick by Mitchell Pearce. It went straight across field. There was a lot of tap-backs. I like Braithen Nasta getting more ball in hand. I like how he plays nice and direct. Got a lot of momentum there for the Roosters going forward. They just weren't able to create something on the back of his momentum.
First incomplete set of the game for the Sydney Roosters. They're 3 from 4. The Sharks are 4 from 4. And you can analyse, dissect the stats any way you want. The one stat that most coaches agree to determine who wins the game and who won't As we see example A there is completions.
Yeah, go back, I'll have the first scrum.
Most coaches like to get above 75% completion rate, get you some rhythm in the game. You might get a few penalties, a few chances to play in the opposition's 20. It is a field possession game. Got to kick good, you got to complete most of your sets. You see there Johnny Morris going up the tunnel. It did look like he took a little bit of a head knock. The doctor was looking
Roosters, make sure you're buying the car
at his face when he did come off. Poor Aiton
No weight, hold the weight in the back there.
packing a hooker.
2 hands in the air.
Yeah, one specialist hooker off and a specialist hooker on the bench able to come and fill, but Paul Aiton doing it a lot earlier than we would have thought. We'll get an update on John Morris from Sideline Eyes, Simon Wolford, over the next couple of minutes for you. It's Jake Friend, picks up left, goes to Rise and Asta. Once again, Takarangi spins it out the back. And Asta. He got the ball through to Justin Carney. Right, wearing 18, named in place of BJ Leilua. With a hamstring injury, but expected to be out for just the 1 week. Busy start to the game for the big Kiwi playing the ball. The friend now, and Nasta on to Pearce at second receiver. Got the ball free. Denied by just a couple of metres. Aidan Guerra. Last tackle. Back to Pearce. Crossfield he goes. Looking for some support. Finds it, and the Roosters score.
Buddy, tackle 6. Just check it goes backwards off Roosters and grounding, please.
First decision for referee on debut here. We're checking it. A, it's gone back, and B, the grounding. First thing we will check, is everyone on side? And the answer to that is yes. In the video box tonight, Pat Reynolds. Now muscling his way to the line. Did he get there? Ball's backwards here. Justin Carney. Is he short? Did he get there? Sharks fans are saying short. Roosters fans are saying, of course, what are you looking at? How good are your eyes, Noddy?
I'm struggling to see the ball actually make the line. I know he gets it down. Is it just short? And then when he does roll over, there is a Sharks player's hand underneath it. To me, that looks short. Then rolls. I'm going to say red sign. Okay. Great work by the Sharks to get and roll Carney onto his back there.
Half the fans are going to be filthy at this. Half are going to be wrapped. Ref's call.
Held up.
Welcome to the NRL.
0 tackle.
Adam G. On debut, first
Roosters
try
ball.
decision. Go to the video.
That's a knock on by you guys. It's their ball. It's 0. Okay,
And
G-Man?
it comes back to you
Your
for ref's
whistle.
call.
Play the ball, 0 tackle. No, 0. Make sure you wait 6 more.
Knock on Sharks. So this is the 0 tackle. Pressure is still on the visitors. Jake Friend just settling here. Bumps off Cade Snowden. A shoulder there from Jeremy Smith. It goes to Pearce. Wider. They keep playing to Minicello. Looking for Sean Kenny now. Steps off the right to get on the inside of his man. Coming up early was John Williams there. From Pearce to Cordner. He straightens, somewhat settles. It's been a little erratic down in the go zone from the Tricolours. Crossfield goes and Nasta to link with Jason Riles, steamrolling over the top of one. Desperation from Douglas and Smith. Pearce short to Cordner. Can he get the ball out the back? He can't. Last play. Friend goes to Pearce. They tried it once without success. They'll try again. And beautiful there was Stapleton in the air. And it's been judged. He jumped from the field of play.
Yeah, you take it, Teddy. Good work, mate.
Back into the in goal. So we're going underneath the post for a dropout.
Great take by Nathan Stapleton. He would have saw Mitchell Pearce crossfield kicks last week. They were flat, they were direct. plenty of Roosters players there. Jumps well. Great defence there by the Sharks. Also 2 sets of 6 to hold them out.
Law of averages in your favour, isn't it? When you've got more bodies around the football than your opposition. It was Penrith's ploy last year and it worked perfectly. I guess it's no surprise we see Matthew Elliott assisting the Roosters now and was in the dressing room pre-game. Just wonder if he's having any part to play in that, because the high ball worked so well for him last year. Here's Friend to Pearce. On the inside they go. On the outside to Guerra. Taken nicely by Wade Graham. Friend. Rhea Hargreaves trying to muscle his way to the line. Denied by a couple of metres. Last play. Nasta short. And a try for the Roosters finally. Brad Takarangi collects the points. You mentioned earlier you like seeing Braithen Astor with the ball in hand. Running and with the ball in hand here, just playing late to the line.
This is what we saw a lot of from the Roosters last year. A lot of short passes, a lot of playing nice and direct and challenging the defensive line to make a decision. Townsend there gets caught a bit in between two players. Do I go into an Astor or do I go out? In the end, you end up getting a back rower on a halfback. Too hard to stop close to the line. Which
is the key to any offensive strategy. Get your big, hard-running back rower running at the little fella in 6 or 7. First for the night, first for his year and first for his career. So one that Brad Takarangi will long remember. And the skipper with goal-kicking duties tonight. It's kicked 27 already this year as Braithen Astor, 50% last week. One of just 2 players now to have played in every game for Brian Smith this year, the other being Jake Friend. He strikes them well, the old fella. 6-0 in favour of that man's footy side. Brian Smith watching on as his skipper raises the flags. We'll head down to the sideline with Simon.
Yeah, already some subtle changes from the Roosters this week. Last week they looked to get to the edge and turn the ball back in the inside, exposing the Dragons' big men. This week they're looking to get big men on the Sharks' outside, little men with great effect. John Morris, it's a nasty cut to his cheek. He's copped a stud there. He's getting stitched up at the moment. He'll return.
Tough little human, the former Knight, Eel and Tiger. Look at the possession in the opening near 40 minutes. 66-34. Just the one try. How much is it taken out of the Sharks as the ball comes free into the hands of Pomeroy? Open space in front of him, and the Sharks hit back immediately. Wow. From the good to the not so. In fact, from the good to the plain bad in the space of 90 seconds.
The stat said, would the Sharks be tired? Well, that'll help. Trying to force the ball. Important to complete your set of 6 after a try. Brian Smith could be happy with the start. They get an offload. Pomeroy, who does great, stays up in the defensive line, keeps moving forward, gets the intercept with 30 metres, too much pace. You just see a bit of a rushed offload by Riles and Pearce trying to tip it on quickly without looking up. Ben Pomeroy, who was caught into the side late. Too quick.
Ben Pomeroy, who played Monday night against the Bulldogs, and certainly not his best game, was dropped back to New South Wales Cup in the second row. As the team sheets on Tuesday suggested, a late call-up due to injury. Nathan Stapleton, difficult attempt, 22 metres back, 9 metres in from the eastern touchline. The western touchline hits the uprights. Waved away, 6 points to 4 after 15 minutes of football. Roosters came into the game as favourite on the back of that emotional win over the Dragons last start, 20 points to 12.
Your whistle, mate. Let's
Good
go
game
again.
of footy it was too.
Stay on, boys.
Both sides tonight coming in with identical records. 7 wins, 14 losses on 18 competition points. For the Roosters with 35 better point for and against. Not that there's a massive crowd here as it is, but they're moving from the front 10 or 15 rows up under cover because the H2O has started falling from above. Yeah, we've had enough. So they say. And a drop ball there from the Sharks. Almost identical to what happened to the Roosters at the other end of the park in their set after scoring. Gallen tackle number 10. Ball's free. And penalty here to the Sydney Roosters.
No, Paul. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, mate. I didn't knock it down. He took a step out and I hit his arm. Yeah, but you're not square, mate. You've got to be square to start with. You're always like that. See that, go. Yeah, mate.
Well, explain pretty simply to Paul Gallen, playing at the hand of his Origin teammate Mitchell Pearce there. Right or wrong, Noddy? Gallen.
Not square was what the referee said, and I agree with that vision there. Wasn't square and the hand went into the ruck. The ball looks like it is getting a little bit slippery. We saw the fans hiding for cover. Since then we've had 2 drop balls.
This is Boyd Cordner. The end of an Anasta pass. 10 metres out from the Sharks try line. There Hargreaves. Jeremy Smith. And adding his weight to the argument is Cade Snowden.
Head slam by you. And he's slamming his head down. G, yeah. Wait.
Whoa. Wait.
And back we come.
Wait.
G-man, go back.
Jake, I've got to move. Wait.
Time on when you're right. Wait, Jake, just wait.
Where you go?
Time on.
Might be the last time we see Maria Hargreaves and big Cade Snowden go chest to chest. A couple of big units that won't take a backward step. Oh, who would tackle that man? Not I. Here's Friend, bouncing off one. Takes 3 to bring the little bloke down. Hasn't he been excellent in the 9 jersey for Brian Smith this year? Go to Mitchell Pearce, steps off the right. Gallen was there. Launch into him with that ample right shoulder of his. Back to Friend, cross to Anasta, plays it short again. Boyd Cordner almost found the line. It's almost a duplicate of what they did short time ago. Straight through the middle here is Jared Hargreaves. Roosters find their second. Did it so easily and did it in numbers. With a smile on that face. Oh yeah, bit of feeling there, Nod, between the big boys, but that's what started it. This is how it finished.
Yeah, and the one that got head slammed will be saying, my last laugh. Small bit of an obstruction there.
Yeah, it's Jason Riles kept Cade Snowden out of this.
The Sharks players ran over, blowing up to the referee to say, please look at it. They've made the decision and awarded the try, but I think there's a chance of an obstruction there on the try line.
I think there's a big chance of it. I'm going to take a look at it after the goal kick. Big Jared saying, no, of course it was good. That's my first for the year. I avoid the nudie run. Natster with the extras. 12 points to 4 after 20 minutes. We'll let you be the judge at home. Riles in 8. Has he played the obstruction here? Sharks players blowing up. Yes, he has.
He's impeded Luke Douglas. He has impeded Douglas or Snowden, one of the 2 front rowers, in making the tackle. You understand why the Sharks were very upset.
We've just crossed the 20-minute mark. An interesting stat for you. The Sharks have conceded 62 points to 4 in the first 20 minutes combined of their last 6 games. Pomeroy was the only points in that opening quarter of footy. Looking out the back there, Roosters deciding against it. Cordner. Minutes away. Bumps off Jeremy Smith. Paul Ayton involved in the tackle as well. Penalty.
Mate, you come in late and you're staying there.
3-0 penalty count, quarter way mark of the game. A few signs that this could boil over, get a little physical, get a lot physical actually.
There's a few niggles, little back slams. A couple of front rowers have had a few words to each other. I was interested how the Roosters were going to turn up today. Emotionally, were great last week, beat the Dragons. You got to back it up again.
Here's the try scorer, Maria Hargreaves. Onto the footy field comes Frank Paul Nuasala. The balls come free.
Let's go, make sure G-man, make sure those second rows get in.
Plenty of talk out there.
He slapped it straight down.
He slapped it down and backwards.
Not my opinion.
Which way did the ball go?
Not my opinion.
The ball went that way, mate.
It was a ploy that the Sharks have used the last few weeks. Is that frustration? Is that a sign of we're leaking a lot of points, we're going to spoil the ruck a little bit?
2 hands and
It
square.
works if you're playing the arm and get the arm. If you're playing the arm and get the ball, then it doesn't work. And that's an example of that as Kenny Dow is tackled on the first. Infield, Jake Friends, John Morris, taped up, plastered up. It looks like a huge gash on his cheek as we heard from Simon earlier, but back on the bike and ready to get back into action. Friend goes long to Pierce. Nice cut-out pass, but very well read defensively by young Townsend. Same way play. Pierce dummies, steps again. Runs into Anthony Tupou and Jeremy Smith. Not too many will get through that combination. Astor on the last. Across field he goes. A test for John Williams. And a test that he's up to. Beautifully taken. From the late replacement on the wing and a quick restart. Good work from the left winger.
As you said there, tackling the opposition 22 times for the Sydney Roosters. Pressure's going to mount and you're going to leak points with that many stats. Just talking about the new winger, John Williams is an outstanding catcher of the high ball.
Yep.
Hands always above the head, timing's always perfect, and you see there an example. Good catch in the in goal and a quick 22-metre tap.
Not one here from the Roosters, so Sharks scrum. To use a little bit of old school terminology. Sharks scrum, loose and feed. They'll get the possession here.
2 ends.
They play open side. They do so through Ben Pomeroy. Cade Snowden getting a rest here. Sam Tagatese is on, and in recent weeks has certainly been an improved performer. First penalty here for the visiting side. Comes 24 minutes in. Big front rower responsible. A welcome relief for Cronulla. They should have been starting this set deep within Roosters territory. They're not. It was a poor kick for line. 10 or 12 metres. Here's the former Titan, Tagatese. Nicely caught initially by Frank Nuasala, also on his Lama Tasi. It's him in 17. Tupou attracting the attention of 3, a former Rooster. Anthony. Cross field they go, exchange of passes. The passes are still going. Pomeroy, the lone try scorer for the Sharks on the end of a Nathan Gardner ball. They went across field. Not straight. Paul Gallen. Gallen is tackled on the 20. Short to Tagatese again. Numbers there. Up we go. Opportunity, ball comes free. Minicello plays and it's still not dead. Finally it is.
What are you? Yeah. All right, out in the field of play.
Knock on, is it? From the Sharks.
In there.
In fact, it's going to be a penalty to the Sharks. And holding back is the call somewhere in that replay. There's a holding back ruling. So the tricolours on their heels. Another in the go zone. Luke Douglas. No surprise to see him on the first. Aton plays out the back with Jeremy Smith. Bumps off one. Maria Hargreaves has a second go. Nuasala in there as well. Aton plays it short. Douglas again. Heavily involved Luke. And a ton of defensive work. Running out the back, Graham stumbles over the line. The Sharks are in for their second. And this literally is going end to end.
Possession, build pressure. The Sharks were relieved with a penalty there on tackle 5 for holding or running off the ball. Graham coming down here. Gallen makes the Roosters players all slide off. Frank Paul Nuasala gets caught ball watching a little bit, slides off. And it is good work by Graham to get the ball down. There is a little bit of talk about him becoming possibly a lock.
Yeah, a lock forward maybe in the future. He's big enough. There's a heap of him. Still plenty of debate that the Sharks are well covered in the back row. No need to move in there just yet. That's what the blueprint suggests. Wade Graham is future in 13.
Albert Kelly, future as a 6. There's the spark maybe the Sharks are looking for in the back line. The one thing that could be holding them back.
Out with injury. Frustrating season for young Albert. Nathan Stapleton looks for his first points of the night. The other end, Braithen Astor, is 2 from 2. The uprights his first for the night, but he struck that beautifully and closed the gap as we approach half hour to 2. It is 12 points to 10 in favour of the Sydney Roosters, looking for back-to-back victories for the first time in 2010.
It's good as a ball runner or a ball player when you've got forwards or people in motion around you. You hold the defensive line up. Graham had Gallen there and Gardner out the back. They actually forgot about the ball runner, the most important guy with the football.
Now can the Sharks just get to their kick on the end of this? It's been a problem for both sides tonight as Douglas carries forward. Over the 20, which is widely regarded as a smart for your return. A bit of a wrap over the knuckles for the chasing side. Aton back with a good kick for the ball down now to Pomeroy. Beats 2, 3, then offloads to Nathan Gardner. Pirouettes, heads across field, but there's nowhere to go for the live wire number 1. Tackled centre field on the 40. Jeremy Smith runs into the monster. Here's big Mossy Masoi. Mossy in 15 tonight. Gee, there's some size on the Roosters bench. Tassie involved in the tackle as well. Last play here. Going downfield is Townsend. Playing his 11th game tonight. And speaking to Shane Flanagan on Monday night, prior to the Bulldogs clash, he said in his opinion it's just starting to get a little to Chad Townsend. The week in, week out. The intensity, no let up. And he said in an ideal world I'd like to rest him, but because of injury I can't.
Yeah, and that's where Albert Kelly unfortunately has had a disrupted year with the back injury now of late. You maybe can give Townsend a rest, but he'll learn from this though. He'll come from how tough it is to be an NRL player week in, week out, because next year he will be there every week.
He'll be the man. Here is Minicello. Almost spins through the tackle of Wade Graham. Penalty here, Roosters. Holding on just a little too long. And on the final tackle. Oh, Shane Flanagan. You'd hate that, a coach's nightmare. Defend for 5.
On the mark, on the mark. Thanks, mate. Yeah,
Paul Gallen really struggling with this calf injury. Playing the left side of the field at 4. He won't raise the white flag. Pearce plays it short, and he does to Takarangi. Tupou's there, so is Townsend. Nasta wraps around the right, tries to create an overlap, and do so for Justin Carney. Good defences. The home side looks for their third for the night. A big step from the back rower. A massive step from Takarangi. And a slow play the ball, allowing the Sharks line to defensively set. Anaska at first, Pearce at second. Playing out to Minicello. Desperate tackle from the Sharks. It was Pomeroy. Not far off a penalty on Paul Gallen there for holding down as Pearce goes across field and easily taken, in fact, unchallenged by the Sharks. And it'll be Dean Collis to get to his feet.
Did really well there, the Sharks, to hang on. It's the same play. Work to the post. This will help relieving pressure, stripped out. The Roosters get to the post and go left to Anasta, then they return to the right, give Mitchell Pearce some football. Big Frank Paul there, or was it Mosse, ripping the ball out and saying, "Sir, it wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I didn't touch it."
Someone else just looked like me. As we said, struggling and limited, but still fighting on. 7 hit-ups, 15 tackles. Paul Gallen so far tonight. Tagatese. Tight football here. Out the back to Aton. Plenty of dummies there. Tupou running back to near where the play the ball was at. Nathan Gardner. Almost hip toss there, WWE style by Aidan Guerra. And he's hurt the shoulder there, Nathan Gardner. He's in a heap of pain out the back. Townsend, oh, the short ball was an opportunity there. Spinning it back. And the zero tackle because played at by the Roosters. Huge. And just settling things here, Nathan Stapleton.
11.
Takarangi caught for a strip here, and all of a sudden the penalty count, after being 3-0 early, is 4-all.
We're going to see some football if we keep seeing lots of penalties. Back-to-back sets, field possession. It's hard to defend your try line.
Here they go. Graham over the top. It's a beauty for the Sharks. They lead.
Paddy,
What a ball it was.
Please, mate. Happy with the sideline? Just check the grounding, mate.
Check the grounding. I want to check the football pass out again. Wade Graham, it was outstanding.
Any excuse to have a look at this pass again. We're going to check the grounding. No issues. John Williams will collect this 4-pointer. And despite dominating possession and position, and by quite a margin, the Sydney Roosters now trail the Cronulla Sharks. Look at this ball from Graham.
The Sharks are great on set starts. When they get back-to-back penalties, when they get line drops, their set plays come into the play. Jeremy Smith going to the line, out the back to Graham. Great ball. There was 3 Sharks players lined up. Perrott comes up and in, creates the space. Good ball.
You can have your options and your set plays, but it comes down to decision making, and Wade Graham had the opportunity there to go short, long, or somewhere in between, and he took the right option.
The key was plays in motion. When
Yep.
you got options, defensively it's hard to defend, and as a good ball player, options are important.
Flags up again. 16 points to 12 in favour of Cronulla as we go down to the sideline with Simon.
Well, they haven't been down that end of the field very often, the Sharks, but they certainly have made the most of it. But it was Aidan Guerra again. Only moments ago we seen him slide off Wade Graham, but this time he came in, he left his outside men too much exposed. They didn't know whether to follow him in. They ended up staying their ground and gave that man on screen too much time. Easy try in the corner for him, but you're right, Wade Graham still had a decision to make, and what a great ball it was.
What a monster kickoff that was. Taken in goal and offloaded to Josh Cordoba. Aton almost didn't see the ball come back from a quick play. The ball from the front rower. Here is Sammy Tagatese. Aton, that is good scheming. Good number 9 work from Paul Aton. Up to the 40.
Going to put a coach's hat on now, Andy. I was going to say kick early.
He's held Braith.
Kick and play field position, but the penalty.
Mate, you're under the pump there. And I said move, and you're still working him, mate.
Quick play the balls, momentum. Roosters caught out. They try and slow the play down. Aton bouncing, passing, throwing dummies. And Braith is forced to pile on, try to slow it down. Have to give a penalty.
Good dominant tackle there from the Roosters. Uesala. Second play, and play on as the call. Cordoba, quick to his feet, strong. Gets the ball out the back. It is still early in the count. Gallen. They'll wrap him up. It is Mitchell Pearce initially. The late assist from Aidan Guerra. Jeremy Smith as the Sharks look to increase their lead beyond a converted try. Aton out the back to Gallen. Steps. Goes again. Still going. Still going. And we're going to the video.
Buddy, tackle 4, just check for strip and then who grounds after that.
Now, Paul Gallen was over the line in the process of scoring a try.
Yeah, remember, it's in the process
Ball
of scoring
stripped.
32, okay?
So the stripper's fine. Then jumping on the ball, I think you'll find, is John Williams. Does anyone ground it from the Roosters? This could well be try number 2 to 1 John Williams.
I just want to see Paul Gallen's hand. When it gets ripped out here, does he try and grab it again? Is there a knock on there?
Yep. Yep, there could well be. You're not going to see there. Corner posters helping Paul Gallen's cause there.
It doesn't matter that it's over the line and there's 3 in the tackle.
No,
you're allowed to rip it out. Who gets the ball back?
Once again, Paddy Reynolds is our video referee. Are we looking at grounding here? Tell you what also could be an issue is where the left foot of John Williams was when he launched himself back. Was it on touchline? Dead in goal, perhaps. Try, benefit of the doubt. Williams collects his second for the night. 20 points to 12.
I ripped the ball out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so his hand didn't touch it 3 times after he raked it?
Mate, don't yell at me like that. I'm just telling you, he's had a look at the vision, okay? He's raked the ball. Hold on, just wait.
I know what you're saying to me. What you're saying is that we raked the ball. But his hand touched it 3 times after it was raked.
The video ref's had a look at it, all right? He hasn't seen any touching in there from Paul.
He hasn't seen any touching?
No, he hasn't seen any. So he's looked at it. He's gone through it, mate. I hear you, all right?
I've seen it all then. I've seen it all.
All right, mate, fair enough.
That's a mini throwing the toys out of the cot from Braith.
I agree.
So do I.
Paul Gallen did really well to get there to the line. Yes, it was raked out, but I think there was another grab from Paul Gallen.
Maybe more than one. The hot dog. Johnny Williams, 83 games, 37 tries, 5 doubles. Also the most points conceded in the first half by the Roosters all year is the 20. The 92nd Stapleton has this to increase it to 22, and no dramas from the sideline. (22 points to 12), a 10-point game after the Roosters seemed in control at 12-4.
They were completing sets, they were going great. Brian Smith.
It's a long walk from the top of the SFS all the way down. I reckon he might get a little bit of advice on the way down from some of the enthusiastic supporters.
Do you jump out of the box very cranky, and by the time you get to the box or the sheds, have you calmed a little bit?
He's cool. He's calm.
12-4, they were in absolute control of the game.
Oh, what about that for a shot from Big Mossy, and it's on. Jeremy Smith didn't like it. His teammates came in to support, and the Roosters sprinted from all parts of the field.
Wait, take him back for me. Take him back. Take him back. Paul, take your boys back. I'll check him out. I'll check him, okay? Okay, mate. Time's out. Time's out. Let's go back. Okay.
Marsoy into Tagatese.
Paul.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing.
Let's deal with it.
Geez, if it starts, I wouldn't mind seeing Jeremy Smith in the corner. He was first in.
Okay. Let's leave the ball for a minute. Let's sort him out first, okay? We'll wait, no rush. Okay. We'll see you get a couple of angles, Paddy.
Geez, it could almost be rhyming commentary there. We had a Takarani, a Tagatese, a Gera, a Gallen, a Morris, a Mini, and a couple of Grahams as well.
Tackle 3, Paddy, too. Mate, hasn't seen any high contact, mate.
It's got blood coming out of his nose.
Under close, mate. He's had a look at it.
Can't see no high contact.
No, we haven't, Paul. Okay, it's just like we give you the benefit down there. We haven't seen any high contact here, okay? All right.
Still our ball.
Hey?
Still our ball.
Yeah, you didn't lose it. All right.
No high contact is the call.
Is there shoulder to a head that creates a bleeding nose?
Right there. Brave! Wait, tackle 3.
It was a big shot.
Wait.
Why do these things always happen just before half-time? They've only got 30 seconds, and they've got 10 minutes to cool off. Could be a bit of sting in the next couple of tackles, though.
Let him go.
Gallen, not surprising, putting his... And he would have been short odds, Jeremy Smith, to be the next one. Downfield for one shot, perhaps, at the Roosters. And Phil Graham looks up and thinks, why me? Anthony Mitchell on the field. It's him in the fluoro orange boots. Going short side. And the siren sounds here at the SFS. And bit more push and shove right on half-time. Let's skip the break and continue on in the 31st minute right now. It is 22 points to 12. Well, there'll need to be some pride and some passion and a little bit of performance as well from the Sydney Roosters in this second 40 minutes, because they were comprehensively outplayed in the final 20 minutes of the half. 18 unanswered points, 3 converted tries from this mob, the Cronulla Sharks, as Paul Gallen leads them out, put his hand up with a calf injury midway through the first half and appeared for all money to be coming from the field, but in Gallen fashion and in Jeremy Smith fashion decided to stay on. It's been a good opening 40 minutes for the Kiwi enforcer.
Yeah, he's very tough, Jeremy Smith. 18 tackles, 8 hit-ups and 48 metres gained. I'm interested. It's a viewer's choice night. Turn on to see the first 20 minutes of this second half. It could be anything.
Here come the Roosters, and wouldn't have the dressing sheds been fiery at the break? Though we don't condone anything like that, we certainly hope it follows a pretty similar path in the opening 20 minutes, or the opening exchanges at very least to this one. Rain has stopped here at the Sydney Footy Stadium. 22 points to 12. as we welcome you back to Fox Sports in favour of the North Sutherland Sharks over the Sydney Roosters. Second half underway. Swirling breeze here at the stadium, really in favour of either side. And already the talk, Tagatese in there. There's Marsoy. He caught a mouthful from Big Sam. So the issues from the end of the first half haven't been forgotten here in the second half. Good strong running. Matassi. On the far side. Good opening set, this one from the Roosters, up over the 40. They got there through Minicello. 17 is Tassi again. And right on halfway, a gain of 45 metres. Back to Mitchell Pearce. Slips whilst kicking. As a result, a pretty easy take there for Nathan Gardner. Back to John Williams. He got bumped off there by Justin Carney as we go sideline with Simon Wolford. What was said at the break?
Yeah, John Morris, the only injury concern from both teams was that facial cut, but he will return in this second half. Brian Smith, his message was the physical battle, all about the physical battle. He thought the Sharks really stuck it to the Roosters and they weren't up to the challenge. Whereas for the Sharks, Coach Shane Flanagan spoke about the back-to-back errors, particularly early on in the game, that gave the Roosters good field position. He thought if they could fix those up, they could go on and win this one comfortably.
They've still had a high percentage of field position and of the football have the tricolours, despite the fact they trail by 10 on the scoreboard. Very deep to the second option kicker. Townsend goes deep, but going deep, not necessarily the answer there because it went straight to Anthony Minicello.
Yeah, it ended up being a poor set of 6 for the Sharks. Bit too sideways, no go forward, and in the end it was a Graham to Townsend kick or pass. It was a slow and deep kick. It's a field possession. I like how Brian Smith has questioned his side. We got outmashed in theory. They come more willing to play. Show me what you got the second half.
Anthony Mitchell's on in 14. This is Big Mossy in 15. An explosive bench for Brian Smith again tonight. Here is the former Parramatta Eel, taken by another former Eel in Josh Cordova. Jake Friend to Mitchell Pearce. High and left he goes. Stapleton unchallenged for the football in the air. A little anticlimactic there from the Roosters at the end of the set. That's 2 kicks in the second half where the challenges haven't been there to even have a crack at the footy.
The end of a set with a kicking game, with how you finish off, builds pressure or relieves pressure. A good kick, a good chase, and a contest you can get the ball back. The first two, Andy, as you said, no pressure on either catcher.
Ben Pomeroy in 21, headed back out to his side of the field and carrying an arm injury. Big Mossy, he is on a demolition mission tonight. He came out of Pomeroy a million miles an hour. 40-20, no, denied by Perrott on the far side. Gee, that was urgent footy. Run around with Minicello there. A skill we've seen quite a bit of this year. Talented youngsters. Respect for anyone good enough to play NRL footy, but you look at things like that, just brilliant.
It was a good kick by Graham as well. Yep. Left footer down towards the sideline. I'm always scared when they throw it back in.
Yeah.
Where's the chasers? Where are they coming? Perrott does very well there.
Grinding here. That's what the Roosters are doing. They're playing straight. Trying to locate a weakness in behind the ruck. On the bounce to Stapleton, to Gardner. 2 Nathans in the back 3, and good shot. And Carney, very aggressive over the top at the end of the tackle.
No.
Good initial shot.
Hey, you're right.
Oh, something over the top there.
Go back.
It was an outstanding shot around Gardner's waist.
Play on is the call. 5 officials had a look at it. Did Justin Carney, did he do anything wrong here? No. No video evidence. Sharks with the field position and the football.
They like penalties, Sharks. They like set starts.
6-4 the penalty count now in favour of Cronulla. Early they were down, as I said, 3-0. So 5-1 run. Oh, the ball free mid-count.
No, he went in front of him. Once he goes past that ball.
Let me go back to the Todd Carney tackle.
Justin Carney.
Justin Carney. I'm used to Todd being in trouble.
Well, there was intent. I think there was intent on coming over the top.
I think he pulled out just in enough time.
Wait. Hold apart. Pull each other in, Paul. In tight.
Might have been a smart decision not to follow through.
Stand up.
It was unlucky for the Sharks there. They had a chance. They created the overlap.
Head down.
Jeremy Smith not able to hit the right player.
Low tackle there on Sammy Perrott. Doesn't he get through a mountain of work? Young Perrott. Mitchell will play the ball here back to Jake Friend, and a penalty in favour of the Roosters, their first for some time. The Sharks up inside the 10 metres.
The penalties there, 6-5 in favour of the Sharks. Their captain, Paul Gallen, was flying out of the line then. He was coming up to try and put a shot on someone.
Opening minutes of the second half here have been punctuated by penalties and loss of possession. Aiden Guerra. 8 hit-ups, 17 tackles. The youngster tonight, thus far. Here's Jake Friend at first receiver. To bring for Nasta. Getting some size out wide. Jason Riles with a relatively quick play of the ball. Heading back, and the ball has gone back. Mitchell now, and Nasta off the Sharks, perhaps. Yes, it is. 0 tackle, Phil Graham in control. And pressure on Cronulla. This would be the perfect start to the second half for the Sydney Roosters. To Anthony Minichillo looking to get on the outside. Wade Graham and Paul Gallen. It's the former in conjunction with Ben Pomeroy who takes him to the ground. Minichillo and Pomeroy will push and shove after the fact. Mitchell. Then to Pearce. On the inside line once again, Jason Riles. Sharks short this side of the field. That's where the Roosters come to, and Nasta back on the inside to Jake Friend, who reaches out and scores! He's their busiest defender, the little number 9, and the 3rd busiest in the game this year. But there's some attacking skill there as well.
The Sharks, they did well here. Collis comes up and knocks it down, which was ruled 6 to go. Where was Friend playing when Mitchell's on inside Anasta and fights and gets the ball down? Must be playing a roving lock roll. Jeremy Smith a little bit late getting across. Townsend there, Gardner there.
He had to fight for every inch, and the fight was worth it.
He's had to fight for his career. And like that try, he's getting the rewards at the moment.
Nasta at 100% with the boots so far tonight. That remains 22 points to 18 in favour of the Sharks, but here come the Roosters with the first try of the second half.
They were going sideways quite a lot there, the Roosters. Couple of drop balls and sideways. Braith and Nasta off the left foot, straightens the line up. Friend on the inside. They look better, the Roosters, when they play straight and challenge the line.
And a redo here.
Wait, Paul. What's he doing? Kick the ball.
And we'll go again. Roosters looking to get to the end of their set and do so with a big kick. It's rule number 1 from the coaches, back of a scoring play. Mentioned how they played straight to the line in the victory over the Dragons last start. Well, that's how they've started the second half. I say that. Sam Perrott travels across field. Gallen limping noticeably with that calf injury. Not getting through the line, but buckling the line there. Frank Paul Nuasala. Yes, Adminicello on the inside was monstered by Wade Graham. To Anasta.
Last tackle.
And out on the full. So back we come to the point of kick. And the handover will take place. That is a huge gain. Meterage to Cronulla.
It was a good set of 6 by the Roosters going forward.
Yep.
Minicello on the inside. Tackle 5. Had a good kick. That's 3 times now we've seen the Roosters take pressure off with poor kicking options.
82nd meeting between these two football clubs. The Roosters have won 53, the Sharks 27, and 1 draw in there as well, dating back to the late 60s when boys from the Shire made their entrance into the top grade competition. Have a shot at goal here. Nathan Stapleton's been called in.
We ask him after you decided.
It's a bit late. It's a bit late now, Gal. Can you kick this?
On the line, on the line.
There's a couple of other kickers there. Johnny Williams would have a crack. He's got a good long boot on him. Ah, beauty from 1P Gallen. Still coming to terms with this captaincy thing, maybe. Johnny Morris in the background. Tape across the face. Head geared up, much to the delight of Cade Snowden and Nathan Gardner out there. Centre field, 40 metres out. Not a noted big kicker of the football. He's got plenty on this though. Never looked like missing. 24-18, a 6-point difference. And the Sharks opting the 2 points there, as opposed to keeping the pressure on.
You understand why Paul Gallen's done it. 6-point lead. They score again. It's tough for the Roosters to come back. Really important. Complete the set, guys. Complete the set. Get to a kick, Cronulla.
Saw Paul Ayton intended to. A head wound. Something about playing hooker for the Sharks tonight. There's Morris back on the field. Hooker. This is Cade Snowden. Jake Friend threw a ton of defence again. 27 tackles. He's the busiest defender on the field. He racks a lot up late in the game too, with Mitchell on the field. Jeremy Smith rolled onto his back, slowing the play the ball down. Goes to Gallen. 3 there. Make it 4. And finally he's taken to the ground. And back they go for the clearing kick. Downfield we go. Trapped by Graham. Maybe a little nervous moment there when the ball ricocheted off his boot, but it was always under control from the left winger. This goes to Minicello, travels across field. Does so to Sean Kenny-Dow, who hasn't had a lot of opportunities tonight. Perrott, who creates his own opportunities and bounces off a few more, then finds Minicello. Good quick play the ball from the Roosters, and here they come again, looking to even the score of the SFS. Too much attention high.
Hold the mark.
Right around Right around the chin.
Didn't move.
Right around the chin. Tight.
And it's stuck there.
Yeah, it was high.
It wasn't fucking.
Come on, Jeremy, let's go.
Wasn't high, he said. Something along those lines anyway. An awkward-looking tackle and penalised. Mitchell Pearce. Playing left and still going. Aidan Guerra. Looking for their 4th try of the night. Jake Friend across to Braithen Astor. Back on the inside. Running hard. Frank Paul Nuasala. Well taken down low by Jeremy Smith. Gallen was there as well. So too John Morris. Mitchell Pearce gets to within 1.5 meters. Late in the count here. Nasta behind the ruck, so they go to Minachella. Question mark over the pass. And just denied. Guerra, last play to Anasta. Long to Pearce. He goes high. But again, the Roosters not there to challenge. Williams gets out of 2, but couldn't get out of the 3rd attempt. A better challenge, but still the timing not quite right.
Yeah, that's right. The kick wasn't quite high enough, so the kick was rushed. Because Jeremy Smith come out of the line at Mitchell Pearce and forcing the kick earlier than he wanted to. Give the ball some height, make it a contest. The Sharks now with momentum out of their end.
Tackled right on the 30. And again.
Is that the bloke that's got a sore calf? Is that him doing 2 carries nearly every set of 6?
Yep, and it's 15th for the night. More hit-ups than anyone else on the football field. Again, you expect it from Minachella. Hits solidly around the waist. It was a good shot put on by Dean Collis. Justin Carney. Collis doubling up with the efforts there. Carney rushed in for BJ Leilua with that hamstring injury. Also out for the Roosters. Sherrington, Orbison, Kennedy, Miles and Tom Carney. Good shot from Wade Graham there. Put one on Cordner. Mitchell Pearce to the line. Plays it to Kenny down off his right hip. Last tackle. 20 metres out. Running short side, Minachella. And they've quite simply just run out of room, the Sydney Roosters. On the last play, you'd probably term it a low percentage play. When it works, it looks brilliant. Didn't work this time.
You should only go down short sides if you have an overlap. It is 2 on 2. 2 Sharks, 2 Roosters. Certainly a poor option there. The speed of the play the balls, they're getting quicker. Getting quicker. You'll start to see a few breaks, I think, around the ruck soon. Completion rate still very good by the Sharks, 23 from 26, and Roosters 23 from 27.
Sharks up to nearing halfway through Nathan Gardner, his 18th game for the year. Gallen again, touched by the Roosters, so 6 again is the call, and through the middle almost goes Chad Townsend. Gallen again, out to Douglas, to Smith, good interchange of passing in the hands of Dean Collis, who slides to within 4 metres of the try line. Stapleton with acting dummy half. Penalty.
Knees in.
Penalty for knees. No try. Play hadn't been restarted, but it was a good attempt from Stapleton.
Nath.
Hey, let's go.
You're going to kick it up?
And back a couple metres we go, just giving themselves some room here. Steps away from the chest-on-chest contact of Jake Friend, but ran into Braithen Astor as part of the deal. Towns out. Jeremy Smith almost around Riles in game 200. Big Jason did well. Wade Graham plays short to Nathan Gardner. Defence were aware of that. Trying to milk on there, Nathan Gardner with Mitchell Pearce Here's Cade Snowden. Look to pop the ball out the back. Tackle number 4. Awkward play the ball. Slow play the ball. Smith still going wide to Collis, who had on his outside an unmarked Nathan Stapleton. Last tackle. Town. Anyone. In fact, the ball's Mr. Minicello's and he's still going.
Great kick. Chad Townsend, the ball landed on the mark. It was possibly a try lost for the Cronulla Sharks. Really good set of 6 from Cronulla. Unlucky not to get a try. Roosters lucky to hang on. Graham above the pack and had it. That's a good kick. That's a chance to score a try.
Had it on the chest, ready to go, Wayne Graham. Has the ball gone forward to Minicello? The answer's no. Play on as the call back on the inside to Sam Perritt. Tupou from behind. Good stop from Anthony. Sean Kenny down. Travels right. A little bit of room to move. Can't get past Gallen, then passes off the deck.
Hold it, Roosters, Braith.
But a stoppage to the movement had already been called.
Disadvantage.
Paul Gallen, is he milking? Does he not know, or is he just unsure what happened there?
I think he would have rather the penalty and a kick for touch to get out of this part of the field.
The ruck for both sides is getting very loose. Defenders and markers are getting tired. Play the balls are getting quick.
That's a result of, I guess, so much attention to straight running, straight football. Those middle 4 players doing more work, running on weary legs. Dummy back on the inside. Gardner down. He was the option runner there for Paul Gallen. Up we go from Wade Graham. No real gain here in territory. Allowed to bounce out the back. Still with the Sharks. And Paul Gallen throws one up. Back. Still going. Here goes Cronulla on the outside to Stapleton, who drops it. Then dropped by the Roosters. Advantage played or not? The answer's no.
There's no advantage, so it'll be a changeover. There's no advantage.
Oh, Nathan Stapleton had a look at the line before he had the ball.
Braith. Come on, Anthony, come on, mate.
The Sharks with an opportunity to score. Paul Gallen could have been a first try assist from a bomb.
Yes.
Can do everything. Jeremy Smith, outstanding. Passes, Graham. Stapleton was away, as you said, Andy. I think he looked at the corner.
Yeah, he saw the points first.
They're hanging on the Roosters.
17 to go. And just short of the 40-metre line, John Morris. Principal in the tackle there. Riles to Pearce to Anasta. And knocked on. Did count here by the Sydney Roosters. Frank Paul Nuasala, the culprit. Be honest, it's not the greatest, not the flashiest game we've seen all year, and that's been nice. But the closeness of the scores could mean we are in for a thrilling final 16 or so minutes.
Well, the end of the first half was outstanding.
Yeah.
You were punching up here, Andy. Yep. You were pumped for the half-time to continue, or the first half to continue.
Sean, find in.
I get scared as a Roosters observer when they go sideways.
Yep.
Frank Paul Nuasala in the centres. Why?
There you go, the Sharks. Pomeroy bounces in, then out of the tackle of Aidan Guerra. Guerra's 21st for the night. Jails Jack Free by some 15. He's the busiest defender on the field, the little number 9. Involved again there in racking up number 37. Season average of 43. Oh, launching himself. Lama Tassi.
Tackle 4, okay. Right.
Nathan Gardner.
Right. Give me some room, come here.
Stayed down here. No, it's not Gardner.
Townsend.
Townsend is He's got him right on the chin, has he?
Yeah, I got tackle 4. Right.
Shoulder on the chin.
I saw it. Don't need you to say that, all right? Let's just go with tackle 4, all right? All right, give us a go, mate.
It looks like shoulder. Townsend tried to step inside.
The head rock back straight away.
Take him down report because he might have to go off.
On report. It's tackle 4. No, I'm talking to Paul. I got it, mate. It's tackle 4. I got it, Paddy. Sorry, mate. I'm talking to Paul. No, it's not.
Hey, did you see the penalty last night?
Hey?
Did you see the penalty last night at the side of the game?
Yeah?
You tell me that's not worse than that?
What?
Oh, come on, that's 2 of this game. He's getting stretched off.
Paul, I'm doing this game. I don't care about the other game, mate, all right?
Where's
I'll
the
rule on this game.
consistency,
I don't know. We'll sort it out. Hey, it's tackle 4, Paul. I'm not going to argue with you, mate, please.
Mounting a reasonably compelling case there, Paul Gallen.
He's had a look. It was my decision. He's had a look as well, mate. And we've seen no high contact, mate. All right?
The Medicab is called for no reason, Andy.
Medicab's out there. And you just heard Steve Lyons say, we've had a look at it. And when we're saying we're talking about the video referee. And we have contact. That you make up your mind.
Fuck it, mate. Where's the consistency?
Well, is that, mate? I tell you the consistency is the video ref's had a look at it, just like he's had a look at your try, all right, and he hasn't seen any high contact. All right, he's come around, the arms end up there, Paul. He's had a look, mate. I can't do any more than that, mate.
Gallen v Lyon, number 3 over this incident.
2-1, Paul Gallen. I think he's got a fair case.
Never going to beat the bloke with a whistle in his hand.
This will certainly disrupt the Cronulla Sharks' shape in attack.
Very dusty to his feet.
Doctor and trainer both out there. Sharks doctor there in the black jacket and the trainer there in the orange shirt. Dave certainly will be very careful. Always has the player's best interest at heart. If Townsend goes off, no, the doctor's walking off.
Are you sure you're okay? Oh, yeah, just make sure you put wait time on, okay?
Townsend's staying, which is good news for the Sharks.
Hey, tackle 4. Hold, come back, break!
For him to continue playing.
Tackle 4.
And no penalty given. Set play here for Cronulla. Having a second go at it, Wade Graham. And 6 again is the call. Gallen to Douglas. They've now got the opportunity of resetting the entire set. Looking to the end of the count. Mount their offense. Morris back on the inside to Snowden. Didn't that door shut quickly? Because standing in the frame was Maria Hargreaves. Douglas at first receiver. Sharks playing a little wide here. Gardner to Stapleton, who's dropped it stone cold. Disappointing couple of minutes with his hands for young Nathan.
It was a little set play by the Sharks. They created a chance. Gardner throws it long. And as you said, Andy, 2 in a row. The last 2 touches for Stapleton. Hopefully, the shake of the fingers have shaken the drops away.
We're going to look back on this passage and those couple of drop balls as a pivotal moment in this game. Losing his footing there and taken over the top. Aiden Guerra. Townsend in the tackle. Riles. Townsend coming back-to-back efforts and trying to put a shoulder bump on Riles. Here is Friend scheming and making good meters. Guerra just a little late on the scene as his support play. Mitchell Pearce pumps it over the top. Nathan Gardner is there, forced to make a play at it. Here's Justin Carney. He was steaming.
Keep working, keep barking.
Down to the football.
Mitchell Pearce coming across the ruck. A little chip. Carney was flying it. Jake Friend out of dummy half has been very dangerous.
Are they behind the line?
That's what created the Mitchell Pearce to come across the ruck. You said, Andy, of the Sharks bombed a few chances. Yep. Well, the Roosters, are they good enough to take a chance?
Ball out and knocked on from one of the more reliable footballers,
he lost it on the impact.
The club in the game.
Okay, just because it goes that way.
Yeah. Correct decision. Poor carry in the end.
Yep.
Sam Perrott.
Knock on every day of the week,
Normally,
mate. Let's go.
Normally very good at quick play the balls as well, the Sharks.
Ben,
Yeah, Jake. Stay
in the back.
On the outboard.
Roosters in no real hurry to pack the scrum. The Sharks were having to wait. Of course they were. They lead by 6. Back slam there. Friend involved in the tackle on Gallen. There's Tupou. Runs into Waria Hargreaves. Is it muscle up time again? Charging out of the line. Douglas, one of the bigger frames in this Sharks outfit. Oh, it's muscle up time. Look who's back. Playing out the back there to Wade Graham, who bounced out of a tackle of... looked complete. How he got out, I'm not sure, but he didn't have any support with him as Pearce bumps into Gallen. Gets it back to Graham. Across it goes in good hands, eventually shown by Jeremy Smith. Pushes off Jake Friend. Looking for the 1 point. We have a nominee for worst drop goal of the year. And in fact, the positioning wasn't too bad for the Sharks.
End up being a good little crossfield kick. Ball in the in goal. Minicello gets 12 metres out. Now the Sharks' turn to get line speed, turn that aggression up, see if they can get a turnover.
They've been forced to make 20 more tackles than their opposition tonight, the Cronulla Sharks. Fatigue should not be a factor as a result. The percentages were way, way up for the opening 25 minutes of this game. Cello has looked dangerous tonight, still does. Last tackle. Brian Smith's men, Jake Friend, downfield, and sits up for Nathan Gardner. Out of space, I'm going to head back that way. But going absolutely nowhere. Tackle of Sean Kenny-Dow. Stapleton, dummies left, comes right, bumps into Anasta. Also Riles with the assist there. John Williams taking a little bit of pressure off some of his back row forwards, coming in from the wing to lend a hand. Snapped in half then was Douglas. Oh, Gallen is on the end of a bad high shot.
Go back. Go back.
Oh, Jared Waria Hargreaves has not missed Paul Gallen here.
How about there for a minute, mate? Take it, have a breather. Have a breather for a minute. Jeremy, go that way, mate. Take him back. Jeremy. Go on, I can talk to him. No, you can't talk to him.
Have a look at this one. Oh, he's launched into his work.
Yeah, I had a fairly good view, mate. I'm right in front of it.
Mossy enjoyed it as well.
Any flashes hit him in the choppers, mate.
Standing over the fallen Sharks skipper.
You sure?
Jeremy Smith again first in there. He did not like the laugh on Marsoy's face.
It will be, mate. It will be, yes. It will
So
be.
what's happening? Nervous wait here for Big Jared.
Jared.
And he's been called to the headmaster's office.
Right. Right. I tell you, mate, he's staying on the field by that much. You have a word to him?
Yeah.
All right.
Already had.
I give the benefit of that. It didn't flush, all right? But it's coming away a little bit, all right?
Sorry,
Listen, no more, any more, you're sitting down, okay?
I slipped up. Was the defence.
Yeah, mate.
Blood on the chin, and Paul Gallen makes his way to the sideline. A free interchange for Cronulla.
You right to go?
He must be crook. He was holding that right shoulder. No doubt. Bit down on the tongue or the gums as well, because there's a bit of claret coming out of the mouth. Is this the opportunity for Gallen just to get a 2 or 3 minute rest?
It's a free interchange, but it doesn't help the Cronulla Sharks in the way of their captain and off. 9 minutes to go.
He goes off at 70 minutes and about 40 seconds. We'll see how long he is off for.
Do the Sharks hang on without him? Do the Roosters force a mistake and win the game?
Any more points here from the Sharks, and you would expect perhaps Paul Gallen to stay off? Numbers in tackles, numbers around the ball as well for the visitors. Looking to snap a 5-game losing sequence, Cronulla. Ball comes from Tupou. To Graham. Has a shot at one and he gets it. A 7-point gap. Now to Cronulla, who are going to be hard to peg back from here.
It's a different way of kicking a field goal. The Tupou offload. Hit. Lovely. Straight through the middle of the post by Wade Graham. That might help Paul Gallen stay on the sideline.
From the bench, Anthony Tupou still ranked second in the league for offloads with 54, behind Feleti Mateo with 56. Even though he's starting off the bench, he's playing about an average of 70 minutes a game. It should come as no surprise that he's got the offload in him. And the Roosters with the perfect restart. Don't get comfortable Paul Gallen just yet. This is Riles. Tackle number 2. Jake Friend. Crossfield. Marsoy. Unmistakable, the big unit. Anasta. Crossfield. Playing back on the inside. Minicello was a nice ball from Brad Takarangi. Back to the skipper. Onto the New South Wales number 7 in Pearce. Ball comes free. It is hot potato stuff from the Sydney Roosters here. A huge mistake at the back from Cronulla, and the Roosters are back in this.
Paddy, check the grounding, please, mate.
What has happened at the back for Cronulla in this passage of play?
Mitchell Pearce grubbering the ball. Minicello chasing through in the middle. It looked like Gardner had it. The kick hits the post.
Oh.
Jake Friend picks up. Jake Friend scores a try.
And it is game on at the SFS.
Can you... Now it has been a try. I wasn't going to go off early. Can you tell me why Gardner didn't dive on a loose ball?
I can't answer that. And at the moment, I don't think young Nathan can either. Jeremy Smith doing the talking. Paul Gallen has picked up the interchange card as the kick is successful. So Gallen was off Simon Wolford for about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and as soon as that try was scored from Jake Friend, Paul Gallen was up off the seat. But what an effort from Jake Friend. A great pickup. He's been outstanding for the Roosters tonight. That's number 2. He made that pickup look a lot easier than it is. He's got through a mountain of work, 42 tackles, and he's been very effective.
Gallen holding up the kickoff to get back on the field. And telling everyone to wait until he's in position. That is now. We restart with 6 minutes remaining. 1 point in the game. 4 tries apiece, 4 goals apiece, and a field goal to Wade Graham.
You led the viewers in, Andy. Was it going to be a good finish? Had the Sharks let the Roosters off to... Well, now there's 1 point with 5 minutes.
Sean Kenny now. Over halfway, over the 40. Tackle number 4. Are we going the 1-pointers? Rhea Hargreaves and Gallen collide. We going the 1. Pearce wants it. He strikes it. And he's missed it. So back to the 20 we come.
Missed opportunity. 25 out. Right in front. No pressure. The Sharks now. Go slow. Complete your set. The Roosters, they'll be something line speed. Get in their face. Get a turnover. In theory, there is 2 more sets of 6 for both sides to go.
Yeah, averaging just under a minute for a set of 6. Tackle number 3, Jeremy Smith. Good capture there from Takarangi. Limiting meters. Puts his hand up. Rhea Hargreaves flies over the top of the fallen lock. Down to Townsend. Not a great kick. Taken by Minicello, heads across field to Sam Perez. Ben Pomeroy was quite happy to shepherd him towards the sideline there. This is Minicello. Across field, away from Tagatese. Still going through an inside. The inside Takarangi. Over the top from Minicello. Graham dummies. Then flicks it out the back to Mitchell Pearce, who is still going. Ran into opposing 7, Chad Townsend. That is just tackle number 2. We saw the Roosters' intentions last set. Big Mossy, he wanted points and almost broke through the line. Pass forward, no. Nuasala. Sharks. Pressure's on. Kenny Dow. Flicks it out the back to Anthony Minicello. And he scores! The Roosters, they've stolen this one! An amazing comeback. An amazing victory. And they should hold on from here.
What a fast set of 6 from the Roosters. The intentions were here. Frank Paul, good carry. Pearce gets the ball. Kenny Dow looked like he was going to step and beat Pomeroy. The fight, the throw, Minicello goes down. The Roosters get away. You'd think their fans are back out in the rain cheering now. They're happy. Minicello had to have been calling the ball.
Oh, Paul Gallen so close to holding Anthony Minicello up there. Just over 2 minutes remain. 5th for the year for the Roosters' top try scorer. As the rain comes tumbling down at Sydney Football Stadium. In no rush. And Nasta just inside the upright. 30 points to 25. A converted try is the only thing that is going to save the Sharkies tonight. And they will end up with 1 full set of 6. Maybe.
Right foot kicker. It'll go high towards Pomeroy.
Have they made the 10? No, they haven't. It is a penalty to the Roosters right on halfway.
Break. It's a penalty. The ball never went 10 metres. Didn't go 10.
In their desperation to get the football back, the Sharks have jumped a second too early for this one. And back to the middle of the field we go.
Rafe, I only called time off, so you didn't keep...
Was that the Sharks' last play at it? Or do they get a couple of tackles at the end of this Roosters set?
If done properly, Andy, the Roosters play 6 tackles out, kick the ball into touch or kick it dead. The clock will run down. Let's see if the Roosters can hang on. No mistakes, no drop balls.
The winner of tonight moves one step closer to being rid of the battle for the wooden spoon. It is absolutely bucketing. In the final minute, Rhea Hargreaves back to Jake Friend. Across the line tonight. A great game. Tackle number 3, and we are inside the final 30 seconds. They've been smart about this set. Rhea Hargreaves slowing it and backing it into Paul Gallen and John Morris. The countdown is now on. Mitchell Pearce back on inside. Roosters perhaps looking for one more. Still going to the try line. Frank Paul, Nuisala scores, and the Roosters win it. First time in 2010 the Tricolours have gone back-to-back, and they have waited until the final 10 minutes to do so against the Sharks.
Frank Paul running sideways across the ruck. Douglas had him, Townsend had him. Is this payback time to your coach? Seals victory, Roosters win, fans are singing, players are cheering. It was a good fight till the end.
Look at the celebration, the jubilation. Oh, what a good performance from the Roosters, but the Sharks, they are going to have nightmares about tonight and how this one got away.
7-point lead, not long to go.
And they lose by 11. 18-point swing inside the final 8 or so minutes. Paul Gallen must be a scratch in the head about what went wrong again tonight. Not a huge crowd here at the football stadium. We've seen 10 tries in total. As we go onto the field, Simon Wolford has a very special guest.
Well, Minnie, we came here tonight, 2 teams out of the race as far as semi-finals concerned, but 2 teams showed plenty of commitment, plenty of enthusiasm. The game, it had everything.
Yeah, it did, mate. It was whenever we play Cronulla, they always get up for it, and we know it's going to be a physical battle. And I think midway through that first half, they were on top of us, and we clawed our way back in the second half and come away with some late tries to win the match. And that puts us above the Sharks now. And we just want to finish off the season as best we can.
You talked about that first half. You were right on top the opening 25 minutes, but they hit back the Sharks. You went in at half-time 10 points behind. How was Brian Smith at half-time? What was the mood?
Yeah, he wasn't happy at all, because we'd sort of dominated the first 20 minutes, and they come back and, we gave a couple of penalties away, and they scored a couple of tries and went into the break with the lead. So we were disappointed with the back end of that first half, but came good in the second half.
Now, 106 tries for you now with the Roosters. I know you've scored plenty more important throughout your career in far more important games, but tonight that was a pretty important try as far as the first time this year the Roosters have gone back-to-back as far as wins are concerned.
Yeah, definitely, and that's definitely an important one because we can stay away from that bottom half of the table, that bottom one. We don't want a wooden spoon again, so it was good to get the win.
And Jason Ryall's 200th tonight, going for his 100th win. Was that spoken about much during the week as far as motivation for playing well tonight?
Yeah, we spoke about that just before the game. Playing 200 games in NRL is a great feat, and Jason's going well for us this year again.
Thanks, Minnie. Well done, and all the best for the final 2 games of the season, mate.
Okay, mate. Thanks.
Anthony Minicello there. All smiles tonight as the Roosters make their way from the field. An incredible turnaround.
He hits it, he's got it! He's got the field goal! He's got the